Sup guys, here today to do Bleach Chapter 589 review. Now, this chapter it starts off with Ichigo, Orihime, Chad, and Urahara are preparing to go to the Soul King's palace, and they're inside the Kukaku's family cannon, or what happens to be a replica of that family cannon. Urahara says it's not the exact same thing because the exact thing was created from generations of family secrets and whatever. So the time that they have to make this wouldn't be enough to replicate that perfectly. So it's only good for one single shot to go up there and that's it. So how they'll come down after that, you know, that's another story by itself. And upon Urahara explaining that, the scene jumps to Chad. He asks Ichigo what he thinks about Orihime's new clothes, right? Clothes. And Ichigo looks like I think it's too revealing. And then Orihime starts having this line of thought that oh Ichigo thinks I'm a hentai. And then she says oh no, it's Urahara-san. He's the one who told me to wear it because he told her to wear it because he's saying that upon wearing it Ichigo will like it. And apparently Ichigo is now saying that it's too revealing, and then out of the blue, from all that commotion, we see a hand get stuck between Inoue's boobs, and that happens to be Yoruichi. Yoruichi shows up, and she's like saying to Ichigo, "Why you little oblivious brat? You could have at least flirted with her, or complimented her, or something." And then she's like, "Oh no, Orihime is trying to calm her down. That is nothing." Yeah, that was a funny scene in the manga. I liked it pretty much. Urahara is the one who planned all of this because he knew that this is how it would go down, and you know, so those revealing clothes. I know that a lot of guys like that cover page that was in Bleach, a couple chapters back with Orihime's new assets, right? Well, Kubo decided to play on it and explain why all of that went down. So upon all of that happening, then Urahara asks Yorichi if she has the goods, and she brings out these bottles of clear looking liquid, and Urahara explains that it's used by the Quincy's initially at the beginning of this arc. I remember when those distortion thingies would happen and Hiyori was looking at it. It so happened that they found out that they were using it to confuse the Shinigamis. At least that's what I get from the translation of reading the chapter. They were using it to confuse the Shinigami, and in creating that distortion, it releases an immense amount of energy. In fact, an energy so immense that it's able to connect two worlds. So Urahara is going to use those energy he sent out Hiyori and some others to collect those energy, and now he has them. I know he's going to use that to transport them to the Soul King's palace. So that's interesting. I liked how that turned out, and then after that point, we see the fight between Ikaku, Bambieta, and Yumichika. Now they're fighting Bambieta, and Yumichika deduces that when she lets out those energy balls, it's not necessarily the ball itself that explodes, but whatever it touches explodes, which is pretty good. He deduced that ability of hers spot on, and he's completely right. And then Kaku says, okay, now the only way to I'm going to beat her is to go directly at her and kill her before she's able to throw those stuff at them. So he dives right in, and then Yumichika said, well, is saying that well he's reckless as always, so he uses his Hado that uses some earth control technique that have these rocks that revolve around Ikaku that's taking the blunt of the blast, meaning when the balls fall down it's taking the hits so that they explode on those rocks instead of on Ikaku himself, and he actually just jumps up there and just stabs Bambietta right in her throat. So all of a sudden we see the hand touch Kaku's face like it was ready to explode. Then Yumichika jumps up, cut off that hand, and then Giselle is there laughing and saying that, you know, this is our futile because Bambietta cannot be killed because she's already dead. And then all of a sudden she explodes, and Yumichika and Kaku are on their asses on the ground, probably knocked out, right, in that one blast. And she's explaining that for Quincy's, for her to use them as a zombie, they have to die first. They have to be dead, and she's the one who killed Bambietta, as explained by her. She said that the expression on Bambietta's face when she died got her so moist. But here's the thing: in the translation, in the Japanese word for eye, it stated that the word that was used for eye is bokuwa. So it's there stating that she revealed herself as a guy because she said bokuwa. Guys say bokuwa generally, and females would say watashiwa for I. And in the translation, she used boku, meaning that she is in fact a dude, right? So Yumichika, when he said that last week, that oh, you're actually a dude, you're not a chick, he was right. And it's revealed in this chapter, as a hint from Kubo when she uses the word bokuya, saying I in Japanese. So, right at that point, we see her look, and then she says for Shinigami's though, for her to control them, all she needs to do is spill her blood over their bodies, and then she is able to control those Shinigami. And then out of the blue, we see Mayuri, the guy we haven't seen in a long time. We probably haven't seen him since he was talking to Yamamoto about Yuha back. Like, why didn't Yamamoto kill Yuha back those many years ago? No, not so far. But we haven't seen Mayuri in a long ass time. I know he comes out with his light outfit. I think it's pretty cool. He always changes outfits every arc. So he comes out with his new outfit, and he's saying that, well, you're an interesting girl. And Gisele is saying that the light is so bright I can barely see what's happening. But that fight is about to go down. So it will be Mayuri versus Gisele, which I think is a good combination. They both have weird, unique powers. So this will be pretty interesting to see how this fight turns out. So at this point in Bleach, Urahara, Yorichi, Chad, Inoue, they're all planning, they're all setting up to go to the Soul King's palace. So very soon, and I can bet is that before Yuha does in fact reaches the Spirit King, before that time does in fact happen, Ichigo and the group will reach the Soul King palace, and then they'll be able to interfere with Yuha before Yuha reaches Soul King. So Ichigo and his group, as I said, are on the verge of going to the Soul King palace. Now there's this fight that's supposed to happen between Mayuri and Gisele. I'm guessing that next week it will be a continuation of that fight, along with the other events that's supposed to be happening, which is Yuha back fighting Kirinji and etc. But overall, I thought it was an okay chapter of Bleach. Liked it pretty much. So that's it. That's my review. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Sayonara.